Hello everybody, I am Luciana, the Emotional Mastery Coach. I am an ordained Buddhist priest and I teach women how to master their emotions using mindfulness. So in this video, we are going to start a new little series called Behind the Emotion. So let's talk about each emotion and anything else that may possibly come up to try to dissect it and understand it more deeply. So in this video, I want to challenge you to make a decision. You have a choice. Do you want to kind of only understand the information I'm about to give you mentally, kind of like a new idea that you'll carry and be like, okay, maybe it'll help me one day? Or do you want to go a little deeper? I want you to choose. And the way that you are going to make that choice is if you want to go a little deeper and not only understand it here, but begin to experience it, I'm going to invite you to be breathing, taking conscious breaths as we are talking about this, because only talking about emotions even begins to trigger them. So make your choice and let's get started. Now, before we begin, if you are choosing to live a more conscious life and you want to learn more about spirituality, meditation, and emotional mastery, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to the channel, to hit the little bell button so you can be the first one to get notified of my upcoming videos. So today we are talking about the emotion of fear. This is a big emotion for all of us. This has been the emotion together with like the best friend, which would be fear, and like the best friend, anger, that has been like the two emotions of 2020. We've been afraid and we've been pissed off. I think that is for most of us. So if you've been feeling any of those emotions, you are normal. That is the information I want to grant you. You are a normal human being. Now, fear has so many layers, and that's why we're making a whole video about it. Because fear is an emotion that is very, very connected to our survival. So the number one goal of our body is to survive. So anything that in any way, and I'm talking anything, it could be just an idea, just a thought, just a dream, anything that in any way threatens our survival, even if it feels ridiculous, our body will go into a place of fear. So this is very important to understand. And I want you to take a deep breath. I invite you to take a deep breath. For those of you that chose to go a little deeper, we began to breathe. Because every single time we even hear ambulance sirens, something within our brain, for example, says like, I may be in danger. What happened to those people? Oh yeah, people get in accidents. Oh, what if it's somebody that is sick and like they had a heart attack? Oh, what if I get a heart attack? Anything has the potential to take us into a loop where we question our survival. So one of the things with fear is that we want to learn to recognize, how do we individually and personally experience the emotion of fear through awareness, so we can be aware of it, so we can recognize it when it comes up, and so we don't buy all of the stories that we create from that emotion of fear. For those of you that maybe it's the first time ever that you're having kind of like a conversation about emotions and all of this may seem a little new, I want to explain something to you. As human beings, we have a physical body that is alive and it has energy running through it. We all know that, we get it. But we also have an emotional body where you experience your emotions, and we also have a mental body. All of those three parts of ourselves are connected together, so they all affect each other. So the moment, for example, you experience through your five senses hearing the sirens of an ambulance, it right away, maybe not for everybody, but may trigger an emotion within you. What if I'm in danger? What if I could be in danger at some point? That feeling right away sends that kind of signal to your brain of, Why am I feeling this sensation in my body? And it begins to create a story. Oh, what if something happens to us? Or it may even recall a moment in your life where you actually went there and you actually have a memory of something that happened around that. You remember that time that the ambulance came for your grandma or something that might have happened. And I want you to see, by even just contemplating the moments in your life where you have felt afraid, your body begins to react. When I talk about being mindful of our emotions, the reason why we do that is because if I am not aware when I am in a state of fear, then it will come up and I will be in a state of fear, and fear will begin to make choices and decisions for me. Not me, not Luciana, not what I want for my life, for my dreams, for my desires. Fear will make the choices. And guess what fear wants? Fear just wants to be safe. So it may mean, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it may mean that then I will make decisions that are very, that keep me paralyzed or stuck in certain areas of my life when I know that I don't want that. So one of the ways of beginning to change this is when an emotion comes up, I want to be aware of it. I want to go there in it and feel it and live it and tap into it and be uncomfortable with it, knowing that an emotion, when we feel it in the body, the first step is to recognize the sensation. So I want to invite you right now. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to remember a time, recent or maybe from the past, where you felt very afraid. You felt very afraid, maybe physically, because you were in a place or a space of danger. Maybe you felt afraid of the pandemic and what this meant for your health, for your life, for your finances, for your family. I want you to breathe. Don't only think about it. Really remember what it felt like to be there, to be affected, to be feeling this uncertainty. I don't know what's going to happen. So I suddenly, out of the blue, I don't feel safe anymore. That is the emotion of fear. Go into it, and I want you to breathe. We all know how to do that. Be there with the emotion. Be there with the sensation. If you tell me right now that you cannot recall a time where you felt fear, you are in your head. You are trying to keep yourself safe. Fear is making a choice for you right now that you're going to stay safe and not practice going out of your comfort zone to experience this. So choose it. Remember that time you didn't want to apply for that job, start that relationship. That time you were afraid to take that action. That time you thought you made a mistake and you were so afraid of other people finding out. Breathe. And I want you to pay attention. You can do this with your eyes open or with your eyes closed. Where do you feel the fear in your body? Is it more in your abdomen? Is it in your kind of upper stomach, your chest? Do you feel it in your head, in your shoulders? Do you feel it in your feet? Breathe and pay attention. Where do you feel the fear? Where in your body have you made a home for this emotion? Maybe, and it's normal that we experience it everywhere, but we all have a place that it's stronger. For me, my lower abdomen, I'm feeling it right now. Breathe. If you want to close your eyes, and I want you, as you're paying attention to this sensation, wherever it is in your body, let's play a little game and let's give it a shape. What shape would fear have? Would that sensation of fear have? If it could be anything, like a rock or a brick or goo or glue or plastic or anything, an elephant. Breathe. Remember that time in your life where you experienced fear. Maybe then your natural reaction was to run away from it. But today, for those of you that chose that, you are deciding to go in it and feel it. Today, you're not running away from anything. Breathe. Where do I feel it in my body? And what shape does it have? Anything goes. Good. What color would fear have, or that sensation have? Is it a dark gray, yellow, purple? Breathe. If it could have a texture, what texture would it have? Is it silky? Is it like if it has like pokey sticks? Is it rough? What texture does that sensation of fear have? Breathe. What smell? Does it even have a smell? Don't push it away. Don't buy the stories your mind is telling you right now. Breathe. You are there with it. You are doing it. You are aware of how you experience fear. This is powerful. Because when you learn how to practice this consistently, you no longer have to run away from it. Can you see? A lot of the times, fear is our most loyal friend because it keeps us in check to make sure that we are safe and that we can survive in life. But many other times, it's just a reflex. And if I take a moment to pause and be there with the sensation and feel it and breathe through it and let the most uncomfortable part of it begin to relax a little bit, then my mind becomes more clear so I can make better decisions. Do I still want to apply to that college? Do I still want to go on that date? Do I, could be anything. Do I really, really want to get on that roller coaster? Whatever the story, when you are willing to be there with the emotion, your mind is more open and clear to make the decision based on what you want for your life, no longer based out of fear. Take a deep breath, and I want you to exhale with a sound to release a little bit of that pressure. We'll do it again. One last time. Good. You did it. You did it. You took a moment to sit with your emotion and you tried it out. And it wasn't that hard. So this is me giving you kind of like a virtual high five for doing this. Now, I want to challenge you to take some time this week and begin to pay attention when any emotion, it may be the emotion of fear or any other emotion come up, to take a moment, pause, and begin to breathe into it and see what happens. Are you able, through your awareness, to build a space between the sensation of the emotion and your mind? And what happens when you do that? And another thing I want to tell you before I let you go today is, remember, fear is your friend. Like a little tiny friend. It reminds me of some of those like super cute monsters from Monsters Inc. I think the second movie was called Monsters University. And when they were like little babies, like that, like a tiny little friend that only wants the best for you, but that sometimes it's kind of not mature enough or ignorant, so it believes that dinosaurs are gonna eat you or something, you know? It's like there may be fears that even if they're not based in truth, sometimes they are there. And if you are somebody that's really into doing mindset work, if you are somebody that's really into reprogramming your mindset, this exercise will make that kind of work that you are doing even more powerful, because it's gonna cut you kind of the work in half. Because if you have the space between the physical emotional reaction and the stories you create in your mind, it's easier for you to be able to witness the story. So you keep telling yourself that you're afraid that you'll never make enough money to pay the bills, that you're afraid that your business won't be successful. Sit with the feeling first. Be there with it. Breathe into it. That emotion is telling you something. Then you will be able to see, oh, it felt more intense because in my mind, I've been repeating to myself for years that it's hard to make money. Oh, I see it. Okay, so now you know that is one of the mindset changes you want to create. This is very important. And like always, remember, your awareness is your true wealth. It's something no one can take away from you. So what you put your awareness to, whatever it is you choose to focus on and pay attention to within you and outside of you, will become your truth and your reality. So it's so important to see your awareness as your true currency in life. So if I want to learn how to move past my emotions, if I want to bring more peace and calm to my being, if I want to be able to transform my limiting thoughts, it all starts with being able to be aware of it. So I hope this video is helpful. If there's anything, if you have any questions, put it in the comments below, send me a little message. You can find me on social media at the Emotional Mastery Coach. But with this said, this is all I have for you today. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you soon.